All right, so we took the hood off. What are we thinking, Brad?
We'll make it fit.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. It's a rainy day in Kansas City, Missouri. We do have the C7 back in the garage. The ZL1 is over there. It is all running. All cars are running right now, which is great. I'm going to go over some things that we've changed on the C7 since the last time we saw it in the videos, and I'm going to show you some things I've been doing on the ZL1. Alright, so we got the 10 rib on the C7. So what we did was we put the 10 rib conversion kit on the C7 to help with belt slip issues, and then also ProCharger put their new spring-loaded belt tensioner on the car. It does require replacing the supercharger bracket, but with the spring-loaded tensioner, it's going to be a lot easier to change belts when we do need to, and I hear it's been working pretty good for some of the guys that's been trying it out. So we're going to give it a shot on the car. On the ZL1, we put the K-Tech valve covers on and the K-Tech coil relocation kit. The only thing we did have to do was I had to make like a little bracket for the dipstick tube because it doesn't bolt to the valve cover correctly. It basically blocks the spark plug wires. So we did have to make a little bracket. Let's see if I can zoom in on it there. There's a little bracket I made. It's not pretty or anything, but I had no idea it needed one. And so we got it on, mounted the dipstick tubes in a nice solid state. It's not moving around. But yeah, the valve covers turned out good. They are painted the same color as the calipers, which is Austin Yellow. It's a BMW color. I'll show you the calipers real quick just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Almost looks yellow on camera, but it's more of a it's like almost like a Dijon mustard color. It's really cool. It's got a lot of metallic in it out in the light. Also, finally replacing my front right weld wheel on the C7. It's been damaged for quite some time. I just haven't got around to replacing it, but as you can see on the lip, it's got some issues with it. So I'm getting ready to paint the weld wheel right now, and we're gonna get the tire mounted back on it and get it back on the car. We will be at LS Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky, September 7th through the 9th with the C7. Hoping to have everything running on it, running good. We're gonna put it back on the dyno this week to make sure things are going well. I had it at SCT Bowling Green a few weeks ago for Streetcar Takeover, and made a pass, and it made a weird hiccup from the 1 to 2 shift. I almost felt like the car shut off. Seemed like it had a big hiccup, and then it, lost power, and then it gained, and I ended up running it out. It still went 9.1 at 152, I believe it was. So that's pretty good. The car still 60 foots very well. We are having a new converter made for the car. The converter that's in it's great, but even with the added power, it still has a little dip to it. So we're gonna try a different converter. The guys at ProCharger actually sent me to a guy, and he's spec'd me out a converter. So it's a lot different than the one in the car now. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what it's like. Worst case scenario is it doesn't work, we'll put the other converter back in it and go racing. But we're gonna give it a shot. Also, we got a new air to water intercooler for the C7 that we are gonna be installing. All right, well, we are at Vasco's Speed, and we have the C7 here, and we're probably gonna do a little bit of cutting here, and I'm gonna show you exactly what we're gonna be doing. So we decided to take the belt off and put a 5-inch aluminum pipe from here, and it's gonna go out the hood. So we are gonna be cutting a hole in the hood to get a fresh air source directly into the inlet of the blower. All right. We got the bell off. It's a really tight fit because the fan is literally right in front of the blower, which is the problem that we're having. This hot air is coming right off the radiator into the front of the blower, so we need to get that fixed. And as far as I know, we're the first ones to do this on a new Corvette. All right, so we took the hood off. What are we thinking, Brad?
We'll make it fit. It'll have to fit.
We're just gonna leave it sticking out of the hood, almost like a downpipe. We're gonna fool all these guys thinking it's got a big single turbo. Oh, you can see the blower down there.
So if you trim some of this off, I think it'll move over enough to get it in there how you want it.
Yeah, so I think we need to cut another one of those.
I just hate to cut too much of the...
We're doing some more clearancing on the fan here.
So we have the step pads last night?
I guess.
That's kind of weird. Yeah. So there's right logic there. That's his job. Huh. Right. I think, honestly, we can draw the line on it and it'll have a funky cut to it. But I think if you put a
I mean, I knew like I didn't know like the news adjusted, but I always and I've never.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a coupler on anyways.
He has a brother. Yeah.
We're not gonna weld it.
Right. Yeah. If we had a 5-inch coupler, it'd be cool to stick it on there and see how it does.
All right. So after doing everything, here's our first option. Our first option would be to cut a hole in the hood. It'd go into the front bumper, over the radiator, and then right down into the blower. So it'd come straight off there and then right over. We'd have to cut all this out and then cut a little bit into the bumper so that way it goes straight in. Option two is use this tube here that I had already from ProCharger. It already fits on the front of the blower. Use it, come off of that, have like a silicone and a pipe. Take this catch can, remove it. We're not gonna be using this anymore. Once we get the new air to water, we'll be using an AMP catch can, which goes over into the old air box, the factory air box over there. And then we'd have the scoop come up, here, and then we'd have a hole in the hood about right there. Obviously option one is going to be better because it's going to be more of a ram air, but this option would be easier and it'd still be getting fresh air straight into the blower. It just wouldn't trap it as well. Guys, let me know what you think I should do, because really we're kind of up in the air on what we should do, what's the best route we should take. I want to make the C7, obviously still have functionality on the street, and I don't want to make it too race car looking, but at the same time I need this blower to suck the coldest air it possibly can into the inlet, because that is, believe it or not, hurting us really bad right now. It's sucking all that hot air right off the radiator into the blower. When you're making 27, 28 pounds of boost, all that hot air is going in there, plus with the intercooler not being as efficient as we need it to be, it's just creating a nightmare for IAT temperatures. But we are gonna put the new air to water intercooler on. I've been saying that for a while now, but we're gonna get a new air to water put in the bumper. It's gonna have an ice box, and then with that new blower inlet, it should make a lot more power for the car and solve our IAT problem almost completely. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe. We will be doing this project more. We just basically ran out of time tonight. It's going to be a little bit more work than we anticipated, but we are going to get down to it here in just a couple days. I'm going to go to the Lake of the Ozarks this weekend. They have the big offshore boat races. I'm going to bring my camera down there with me. If I see anything cool, I'll make sure I film it and we'll put it up on the next video. Thanks, guys. I also want to congratulate my good buddy Cletus McFarland, aka Garrett, for breaking into the 7s with Leroy the Savage. He called me last night really late. I could tell he was super excited. He broke the record. But big congratulations to Cletus and Leroy the Savage for being the first GM 6-speed stick shift car in the 7-second range on the quarter mile. It's completely awesome. Congratulations, man.